Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hello, everybody. Everybody doing okay today? Tonight we are going to talk about beautiful Sade Roberson. If you've not heard about this case, you all, it is horrific. It is a horrific case, and it just happened. And it is a Dahmer reincarnated story. So we're going to talk about that. Tonight, we're going to go over that and keep her face out here. And hopefully, justice can be brought to this young woman and give her family some clarity as well. I want to say hello to everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Auntie Sherry, Crystal B, Tina Bobina, Sammy, Dee Dee, I love you. Laura P, Robin B, Carice, Daniel Barry. Okay, Carice, Sammy, Laura P. Love you too, Auntie Sherry. Denise, none your business. Juju Baby, Dynamite, Miss Veronica, Angel Loader, Fonda Cheeseman, Juju Bubby, God is Love, Francis McClingan, Tams. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope I'm not missed anybody. But today I do want to talk about this story. We need to keep this young lady's face out here. What happened to her is horrific. Hello, God's girl. Okay, Rhonda Lynn, y'all come on in. I do want you all, if you've not heard about her story, this is Sade Robinson. She was a 19-year-old girl who was talking. I don't know if she was talking to him online. I think she met 33-year-old Maxwell Anderson. Maxwell Anderson online. He is a rich man's son, and they went out on a date, and she became missing. And now they have, and it's in Milwaukee where Jeffrey Dahmer, we all know the Jeffrey Dahmer thing. Now they are finding pieces of her body in certain places. She's been dismembered. Um, and she had a whole future ahead of her. She was looking into going into the Navy and everything else. So I want to show you some clips and give you an idea if you've not heard about this story. It is a horrific story. What happened to this young lady? The family still needs justice. They have arrested the man. I'm not sure what the charges is. Blank screen. I hope you're feeling better, honey. Hey, Miss Daisy. Hey, mods. Hey, chat. Hey, family. Has anyone told you today they love you? I love you. I love you too, blank screen. And I've been praying for you, and I hope you feel better. I was worried about you the other night. Can one of my mods give Dynamite my email? Let me pull this up, y'all. I'm going to pull Nancy Grace up because Nancy Grace actually had her family on here. Like I said, look how beautiful she is. A 19-year-old girl with a 33-year-old man. I don't get it. You're welcome, blank screen. He must have been a charmer. You're welcome. Hey, walk the line. But look how beautiful she is, you all. She had a whole life ahead of her. And this man took her life and desecrated it, set her car on fire, and dismembered this poor girl and scattered her out through Milwaukee. I like Nancy Grace too. We're going to listen to some of this and just kind of give you all. I want to do this to keep her story out here. Let me give you the link to her. I got to do a credit. Can somebody put my copyright out there if you don't mind? I got to give her credit where credit is due, Nancy. But for her to go out and meet him, and I've done it too, you guys. I've been crazy like that. I've met people online and took that chance. And so I don't know if this guy was from her town or not, but some people are animals. They sure are. So fair use and credit to Nancy Grace, but I do feel like that we need to put this story out here and keep her name out here. They still have not found all of her yet, you all. This is a Jeffrey Dahmer made over story. So hang on, let's go.
Begin to focus on.
Let's start from the beginning so you get a little bit of an idea.
East of the golf course near the pump house. There are steep cliffs leading to the shoreline in that area, and large numbers of police canvassed the area. And
let's go all the way to the beginning so y'all can get it.
To a post from Cudahy Sheriff's Office, the limb was found in or
way.
near the water east of the golf course near the pump house. There are steep cliffs leading to the shoreline in that area, and large numbers of police canvassed the area and kept away gawkers.
3 days after the Warnemont Park discovery, another call to police about a severed body part. 11 miles away from the shores of Lake Michigan in a Milwaukee West Side neighborhood, a body part is found at a playground. Within 24 hours, police respond to another call about the discovery of human remains. On Saturday, just a few blocks from the same West Side Milwaukee area as Friday's discovery, police set up a crime scene near a park. After a car is found on fire, paired with a pet tribute blanket found near some of the human remains, police begin to focus on a beautiful young teen girl, Sade. Listen.
Sade Roberson graduates with honors a semester early from Riverside High School. She continues her education at Milwaukee Area Technical College, working towards her associate's degree in criminal justice. In fact, she's only a month away from graduating, But Robinson hasn't been spending all her time in the books. She works through high school and college at the Pizza Shuttle on Milwaukee's Lower East Side. She makes such a difference at work that her coworkers say Robinson is considered the heart of Pizza Shuttle. Former owner Mark Gold says she is the type of employee who never calls out and is loved by customers and her coworkers.
You know, joining me is a very special guest along with an all-star panel. Seriously, the Brain Trust.
This woman right here is Sade's mother. She's just broken, you all. She's broken. And she's going to be speaking. We're going to find out more about what happened to Sade. But yeah, she's still currently missing. Some of her body parts are missing still.
But just hearing Holden Zappel speaking from crimeonline.com about Sade, she's everything you want your child to be. She's this fantastic student. She is working while she's going to school, very close family, tons of relatives in the military.
She was beautiful.
And she is inspired to consider the U.S. Air Force. I mean, this is the girl we all want to have. And just look at her. I remember my grandmother, I would give her my school picture every year, and she could say, I can just see the mischief coming out of your eyes. Look at this girl. Can't you just see the joy, just the love of life, crackling smart?
And I don't believe that the police is doing much because this is a millionaire's son who unalived her, allegedly. He's been arrested, but the police are not doing, of course, allegedly, what they're supposed to be doing in this case.
Beaming out of her. How in the world did she cross paths with an alleged spoiled brat killer, the son of a Milwaukee millionaire, a former ex-high school football star, now a 30-something bartender? You know what? I want to get off him and back to Sade. Let me see that beautiful face again. Liz, I want to see that picture of Sade in her. Look at her. I like the one of her in her. She's at home. There's a big cross on the wall behind her, and she's got on her. She's getting ready for capping. There. Oh my goodness.
I'll speed it up just a little bit, y'all.
In addition to our all-star panel of trial lawyer Eric Faddis, renowned psychologist Dr. John Delatorre, death investigator Professor Joe Scott Morgan, and investigative crime reporter Alexis Terezchuk, a special guest joining me. This is Sade's mother.
Hello, Nora Wood. Okay. He always late.
I didn't know you were going to hold that up. And just showing that says it all.
Says
it all. You know, Miss Scarborough, whenever I have to travel for work, my backpack is so heavy because I have all these mementos of the twins I carry with me and set up wherever I am.
No, I hear you talk about your twins a lot, Nancy.
It's just killing me to think that you have this picture instead of your girl. First of all, tell me about Sade.
Sade is a beautiful, beautiful soul. I know that my kids were very special and different. My parents raised me, they raised us. We are light workers. We put out positive energy, we exert, we help others. I'm a community advocate. As a personal way of my life, the way I live, I've worked for others, I help others my whole life. I've raised my daughters that way. My daughters have excelled. I have 2 daughters. This has caused so much emotional effect to my family, my parents who love my baby so much, her grandparents, her uncles, her aunties, the community. Everyone has pulled up. This has affected many people in Milwaukee. I'm coming here today. This is the hardest thing I would ever have to do in my life, to speak Sade's voice. Sade was a beautiful soul. She was an amazing girl.
Amen.
Nancy, everything you spoke is exactly what my daughter exerted. I couldn't have asked for any better daughter. There was things my daughter did that many adults were not even able to accomplish in their lifetimes. And I'll be 43 in a week. My birthday's on April 27th.
Wow.
Sade's birthday's on May the 10th. I had her on Mother's Day. The
Oh,
son of a, I'm gonna watch my language on this platform. The son of a took my daughter from me a month before she's graduating with her Associate of Arts degree. She works so hard. She's a full-time student. She has 2 full-time jobs. She has her own little bachelorette apartment. She doesn't stay in a college dorm campus. She has her own bachelorette apartment. She has her own car. She pays all of her own bills. This is traumatizing, Nancy. I never expected this to pull up on my front door. This isn't normal. This is a 2024 Jeffrey Dahmer. I need him held accountable. I need justice for Sade. There has been a lot of, and many Black and brown girls that have been gone missing in Milwaukee for a moment, and all of them are going to be held accountable now because they mess with the wrong family. They mess with the wrong family because we're not going to sit quiet and we're not going to sit still. And we're going to call all of them out and we're going to speak for the whole community because I'm not about to sit down and I'm not about to sit still on this one. It's justice for Sade, Nancy. It's just
you know what, y'all? Have you noticed that this mother? Have you noticed that
justice.
this mother right here? Um, she knows her daughter's unalive, but she still talks as if her daughter is still alive, and she knows that her daughter's gone, but she still talks like her daughter's with us. And it's sad because this girl had everything going for her, and this monster seeked her out and brutally unalived her and then cut her up. And it's on telling what else he did to her. Let me put a trigger warning out.
No living being should ever eat processed food.
Miss Scarborough, I feel like anything I or anybody on this panel could say right now, it pales compared to what you just said. And believe me, Miss Scarborough, this story of Sade has not just touched people in Milwaukee. It has touched people around the world. And when you say you're not going to sit back, neither are we until there is justice for your.
This is why I love Nancy Grace. This is why I love Nancy Grace. Her daughter's birthday is the same as yours. Yeah. See, that makes you feel. I know when they're close to you like that. Like that's with JonBenet Ramsey. She was My daughter was little like JonBenet Ramsey, and that's why it got to me. I wouldn't put my daughter in beauty pageants because of JonBenet Ramsey.
Girl and the other missing
But
and murdered girls
hey, keep on,
across
Mama.
Milwaukee. They're not all just missing. They're dead. Many of them are
Exactly.
dead.
So, do they think that this man was killing more than one person? Is he a serial killer? Do they think that he's a serial killer? Is he behind all these other girls? Is that why they're calling him Jeffrey Dahmer? If this is a Jeffrey Dahmer case? Tell little Miss Lily I said hi, Big Mama. Keep on, Mama. Lily started calling her Big Mama.
Guys,
So
with
cute.
me is Sade's mother, who
Yes,
is in so much
June.
pain, but she is joining us tonight to speak out for Sade. What happened? What led up to this night?
Yes, Nancy. Yes. Nancy, the last time I spoke to my daughter was on Easter Sunday, okay? We seen her. She came by my parents' home. We spent the Sunday together. This was Easter Sunday, okay? I cooked for them. Both of my daughters, we all met by my parents' house where I'm currently at. We all commute here.
Thank you, Danny.
All my girls are busy. My youngest is 16. They have a lot of activities. They're working. They go to school. I have very successful and independent, self-sufficient daughters. We
Hey,
harm
mamas.
nobody. We just put out and help others into the universe. Okay. So I see like it's just it's like she's a 19, 20-year-old young lady. Okay. We all at this age, we have a lot of friends. She's not in a relationship. She didn't have a boyfriend. She wasn't tied down to anyone. She's single and she's dating. I knew she hung out with her coworkers at Pizza Shuttle. They went out to little bars and hung out sometimes. I'm a very concerned mother. I'm very overprotective. I always would put in Sade's ear, be careful. I don't trust these people around Milwaukee. I'm just that extra type of mom. And my
Thank
daughter's
you.
always, Mom, just sit back. I try to give them space, let them be independent. But I just been having this vibe and intuition. And I have been wanting her just to like not hang out and go out to places for some reason. And I don't know exactly, and I'm still trying to find out the facts. But I know that this type of this individual, and I want to make clarity because there's been a lot of trolls. There's been a lot of media I can't interact and deal with. I'm grieving my daughter right now. I want respect. I need time. This is about advocating not only for my daughter, but for all of the young women that are missing and for the actions that have been taken to find my daughter. And just there's a lot of information, but I need the community and people to know that my daughter helps others. She was a positive spirit. They're claiming this was a first date. Like, it's just a first date. I don't, this dude she never mentioned this dude to us. And
Well,
I
we're
don't want
learning
to,
a little
yeah.
bit about that. We're learning a
Mm.
little bit about that. Take a listen to Dave Mack.
She's an overprotected mom like me. You never know. I want to put here what Coupon Mama said. We went to eat at a local cafe, and she's always tells the girls what she wants. Tonight she said, "Listen, Big Mama, I want fries and mac and cheese." Oh my god, she's something else. Coupon Mama, oh my goodness, she's calling everybody Big Mama now. The lady rolled her eyes and laughed. That is so cute. Next time you got to record it. That's adorable, Coupon Mama. She's calling everybody Big Mama. Okay, here we go, guys. Sorry. That was
Okay.
cute.
A month away from turning 20, Sade Robinson tells a maintenance worker at her building that she's excited about her first date with 33-year-old Maxwell Anderson. Robinson texts Anderson about where to eat and tells him she's feeling seafood. Anderson takes Sade to a place he used to work, the Twisted Fisherman. After dinner, they spend some more time together having drinks at Duke's on Water. The couple leaves Duke's together around 9 p.m.
Straight out to Alexis Tereshchuk joining us, crimeonline.com investigative reporter. I want to make sure that we're right about that. This was at most a first, maybe a second, but most likely a first date. Probably nothing that she was telling everybody about. Tell me how we know, Alexis, that the two actually went out, because reports are in our investigation tells us that there may have been either surveillance footage or witnesses placing them at Twisted Fisherman, where he worked, and then later at Duke's on Water. How do we know that they were together that night?
We are filling a stadium with medically verifiable.
He was definitely way too old for her, but maybe she liked older men. Maybe she was tired of dealing with. She was just 19. I don't know. Maybe he was charming.
Multiple surveillance cameras outside these restaurants, both of them, that show her arriving, walking through the east side of the restaurant. He arrived on the west side of it. There's such good video footage of this. This is just such a good, helpful part of the case. They go there together. He used to work there at the Twisted Fisherman. So the bartender there spoke with police and said they came in, they sat at the bar together, they had a drink. It seemed friendly and casual. Nothing that would alert the bartender to anything that was wrong. He said they just had a few drinks and they left within an hour. They then, according to surveillance, leave together, surveillance videos, to the next place.
So what I wonder is, did he spike her drink? Did he spike her drink at the restaurant? Thank you, Miss V. Thank you, Miss V. I wonder if he spiked her drink and that's why she left with him, or maybe he threatened her. I don't know. Let's see what they have to say.
Now, but to Miss Scarborough, this is Sade's mother. Miss Scarborough, when did you real? I
Okay,
know that
Katie.
right now you're at your parents' home. I know that Sade, as you beautifully described it, had her own little bachelorette pad that she paid for from her 2 jobs. She's working while getting her college degree. Amazing. So when did somebody realize they needed to call you and ask, "Where's Sade?"
Yeah, so it was Wednesday, Nancy. I was at my job. I went to work that morning. I got off as soon as I got home from work. I was receiving calls from like my mother, my brother. We were all concerned because we all have the 360 location app. Okay, we all share it as a family. So I have the app shared with me, my mom, both of my daughters. Then my daughter also shares Sade, my oldest daughter, also shares the app with additional friends and like other groups. But I have my own group with her, myself, my mother, and my youngest daughter. So we seen her like at this location Monday. Like again, Monday night, I seen her getting, I mean, Monday morning, I seen her getting ready for work. She FaceTimed me. Then that evening around 3:45, 4 o'clock, I got a text message from her asking a cash app for $15. My daughter does not ask me for money. Like my daughter makes more money than me. Literally. That was that boss. Okay. So like it wasn't a big deal. I'm just that type of mom. You need something, I'm gonna cash app it. It's very strange that she asked me for $15 at
You
around
know
4
what's
o'clock
very
p.m.
odd about that, Miss Scarborough? It reminds me of when Gabby Petito went missing and her family started getting texts that didn't sound like her. For instance, she wrote about her grandfather. She texted about her grandfather, but she called him by his full name. That would be like me writing my producer right here, Jackie, and going, "Hi, Jackie, how's Jackie today?" It just doesn't make any, it's just wrong. So you get this test asking for $15, and Sade would never
Mhm.
have done that. I mean, if she
No,
needed,
she would
she
not,
could have
Nancy.
charged Apple Pay, you name it. So you knew right then something was wrong. And then this, take a listen to Chief Jeffrey Norman.
Hey, Barbara.
Saturday, April 6th, MPD continued the search in the area and located additional human remains on the railroad tracks. Later in the evening on Saturday, April 6th, MPD returned to the area when Miss Robinson's family located her blanket. At this time, detectives located additional human remains.
According to court documents, the remains found Saturday included human flesh and a foot. The foot had pink nail polish, possibly matching the polish on the leg found days earlier.
Nancy, can
Another
I say
thing that
something
really,
real briefly? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut
yes,
you.
please do.
I just want to clarify that the community, I want to make this clear, okay? And I'm going to be holding all accountable that have been, I'm not blaming or attacking people. There have been detectives and sergeants.
Ronald, this is Sade Robinson. They're thinking there's a serial killer. The guy that was arrested, he dismembered her young daughter, 19-year-old. He's a rich man's child, and he was 33. And they still haven't found all of her, but they have found different body parts of her. Um, it's a sad story, and this is the mother of her right here.
That have been pulling up selectively on my team. There has been the community, there have been active members advocating for this case. I know it is affecting many, but there is some faulty things that have been being handled. Okay. First of all, I want to correct all of the chief executives that are pulling up from my county and my community that are not pronouncing my daughter's name correctly. I respectfully thank you, Nancy Grace, and your team, the way you guys pulled up respectfully, asked me my name, asked me my daughter's name, and asked how to pronounce it. I respectfully thank you for that. I wanted to tell you that first of all and foremost, because a lot of people are pulling up and being disrespectful. And this is my own community, the mayor, the
Hey,
chief executive. They have
Kaylin.
not pulled up to my front porch. They have not
Kaylin,
told me they're
I
sorry.
see
They have
some.
not sent their condolences. They're on the news talking stuff. And the community are the members who found my daughter's remains and other items the second and third and the fourth time. The police was not doing their job the first time correctly. For the community to keep finding stuff and doing their own search parties, because I'm too weak to go out there and search for my daughter. I'm sorry, Nancy.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. You're right. And I got to tell you something, Miss Scarborough. Guys, you are hearing Sade's mother. I always do that every case. And I did it with every case I ever investigated or prosecuted. And this is why this may mean something to you, Miss Scarborough, because when my fiance was murdered at his funeral, it didn't
Hey,
make me angry or
Julian.
mad, but I remember in the middle of the funeral, I noticed it. The pastor kept referring to me as Mary throughout Keith's entire funeral over and over and over. I mean, I wasn't angry, but I remember it to this day. And it's just one of those things that just stick with you. I know you don't care what any of these politicians say, but for Pete's sake, at least get the name right. At least do that much. Guys, we're talking about, it's so hard for everybody on this panel to talk about this with Sade's mom with us, but she says she wants justice.
It's actually not Sade. She said Sade, but she's closer than what she's closer to what than what.
And justice comes at a price. Let me tell you that. And that price is suffering. And she is suffering
Hey,
right now.
Shawna.
But I'm going to talk about these facts because these facts are what I pray to God are going to put the son of a Milwaukee millionaire behind bars for life, because I believe in DNA. DNA cannot lie. Science cannot lie. Joe Scott Morgan, we just heard very upsetting details about fingernail and toenail polish on the remains. You tell me, guys, Joseph Scott Morgan, renowned professor of forensics.
I hope that Nancy's a little bit graceful with that mother there talking about that, because that has to be really, really, really hard on her mother to sit and listen to that.
Jacksonville State University, which has an incredible criminal justice program. We've reenacted several crimes together. He is a professor of forensics. He is the author of Blood Beneath My Feet on Amazon. And now he's the host of a hit series, Body Bags with Joe Scott Morgan. Joe Scott, you know, we talk about DNA all the time, how you can match this and that, and every action has a reaction and leaves a trace. But when it comes down to human talk, like the color of Sade's toenail polish matches the color of her fingernail polish, we're talking about a severed leg and a severed arm. And somebody at the medical examiners went, look, the fingernail polish matches. I don't need DNA. A jury's not going to need DNA, but they're going to have it. Why?
Because every contact, as you mentioned, does in fact leave a trace. We've known that for over 100 years now, and it's coming to fruition here in the world in which we inhabit. You think about things like tool marks and all these other identifiers, fingerprints traditionally, but DNA is going to play a big role in this. And we're talking about proximity, Nancy, with the alleged perpetrator here. He will have had a very intimate contact, unfortunately, with Sade. My apologies, Mrs. Scarborough. I know that this is very painful, but there will have been an intimate contact on some level. Just this idea of dismemberment alone is going to leave a trace behind. And it's not necessarily his trace on her as much as it will be her trace on him potentially. And ultimately, it could be her, Sade, that actually brings him to justice. That's one redemptive point along this, because her DNA will be found on him, and it will be pointing a big accusing finger back at him.
On Wednesday, April the 4th, our investigation led to a person of interest, Maxwell Stephen Anderson, who lives in the 3100 block of South 39th Street, where he was arrested after a traffic stop near the home. A search warrant was conducted.
Not only did blood evidence emerge in his home,
Hey,
this guy, this idiot, technical legal term, left a phone trail a mile wide. You know, when you look at his home, you think, wow, beautiful yard, immaculately kept. You know why? Not because of him.
in my opinion, this mother trucker has got away with this more than once. This ain't his first rodeo, and he's got careless. Now, you've heard Sade's mom talk about other girls. I believe this guy's a serial killer, in my opinion.
33-year-old former high school football star. He's a Nepo baby, nepotism baby. This 33-year-old guy, Maxwell Anderson, has a millionaire dad who ran a Milwaukee insurance brokerage firm. Now, what do we know about him, Alexis Tereszchuk?
Hey, Rain Girl.
He has a rap sheet. He has been arrested for not just arrested, convicted for domestic abuse, for disorderly conduct, and for drunk driving. This guy has a rap sheet a mile long. He is not an upstanding citizen of the community. And as I said, these are not just arrests. We're waiting to hear from him. He has been convicted of all three of these things.
Did you just say he's not an upstanding member of the community? You know what?
Because Sade is. Look at her family, her friends.
The pig. Guys, listen to Sydney Sumner Crime Online following what Alexis has just told us.
Growing up the son of a millionaire businessman, Maxwell Anderson was a Catholic school prep football star with a bright future. Anderson works for his millionaire dad's insurance companies with limited success, but when his father moves to Florida, Anderson stays in Milwaukee working as a bartender. A former coworker of Anderson, Samantha Brenner, describes Anderson as erratic, sometimes getting drunk while bartending at Victor's nightclub. A friend describes Anderson as childish and having quite the temper.
Joining me right now is renowned forensic psychologist and mediator, Dr. John Delatorre. Now, Delatorre, no offense to bartenders, my brilliant niece tended bar for a while she was in graduate school. Long story short,
Juicy Jules.
what do you think this mom and dad are thinking about right now? They pump all this money, all this time.
And we see these rich kids turn out. A lot of these rich kids that their parents bail them out, let them away with anything and everything. They do this stuff. He does look scary. He kind of resembles a young. Listen, Ronald, be good. Be good, Ronald. Oh my gosh, Ronald. Hey, y'all, I have a new emoji of Jinkies. If anybody's interested in looking at it, it's quite funny. I took it a while ago. Here we go.
Time into their son. It turns out to be a 33-year-old abuser of alcohol, bully, tending bar erratically when he shows up to work.
Yeah, listen, they probably know who he is, and I'm gonna be real frank with you here, Nancy. This isn't the first person that he's done this to. Sade is not the first person. This is someone who has a long history, and I'm not surprised to hear about a rap sheet with disorderly conduct and domestic abuse. This is not someone who just one day decides that he's going to stalk a 19-year-old and then dismember. This isn't someone that does that. This is someone who has been long planning and been engaging in problematic behaviors, escalating them each time so that eventually he's comfortable with actually doing the things that he's been fantasizing about. His parents knew who he was, and they tried and they did whatever it was that they tried and they did to get him to not do those things. But ultimately, he was going to do it anyway.
Reminder, the 33-year-old suspect bartender Maxwell Anderson has not been convicted, simply arrested at this juncture. Delatorre, you're also airbrushing.
For just a second, y'all. Nora Wood just posted Jinkies' new thumbnail. I mean, the new emoji with Jinkies on it. You guys, I had to do it. I couldn't help it. That's Jinky's new emoji, y'all. She's gonna kill me. This is just sad, and I don't believe that why even bring up high school for him? That ship has sailed. I know. Jinky's she's eating Chinese food, I think. That's Jinky's, you guys. Ain't that funny? I told her I was gonna make it an emoji. And I did. I made it an emoji. Y'all, we got to have a little laugh. These stories are just way too sad. Way too sad. So let's hear what they got to say about it right quick.
The truth. Let me talk about this guy. Police find a foot, apparently human flesh, at a playground, pink nail polish matching up. In the home, they find blood, gasoline containers, packages addressed to the defendant, very important, blood on a comforter, blood scattered throughout the home. Let me tell you this, and I'm going to go to you, Faddis, with me, high-profile trial lawyer, TV legal analyst, founding partner of the Warner Faddis Elite Legal Group. Eric,
that has to be hard for her mom. It has to be so hard. Oh, thank you, June. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me a super chat. Thank you. Thank you for sharing and keeping these stories in the spotlight. Thank you, Jim. Thank you for that cash super chat. Thank you so much. God bless you, Jim. Thank you so much. We're definitely going to keep her name and her little face out here until she gets justice. That has to be so hard for her mom, though.
I agree with Delatorre. This isn't his first time at the rodeo. You don't go from 0 to 120 mph in 2 seconds. There has to be something, some revving up to not only a murder, but a luring her onto a date. How many times do you think he watched her?
I think the mother talks about Mitsby. The mother talks about other girls that's been missing and stuff in that area that they just ain't popular. Oh, thank you, Miss V. Thank you for gifting a membership. Woo-hoo! Gigi got the membership. Thank you, Miss V. God bless you. Woo-hoo! Gigi got the membership. God bless you. Thank you guys so much. God bless you guys.
Come in, have a drink, have dinner,
Look at
anything like that. Before he gets the guts up to say, hey, would you like to go to dinner? He planned this. You think you go from 0 to murder and dismemberment in one night? Oh, I agree with Miss Scarborough.
They
This
didn't
is
even
not
get him for
his first
murder. They
time.
got
And
him
Delatory hit
yet.
the nail on the head. What about it, Eric?
What?
Yeah, Nancy, it's chilling to think about what was going through Maxwell Anderson's mind allegedly as he appears to have been preparing for this. The details give rise to a predatory nature here. There's a huge age gap, right? And then there's also a friend who says that Maxwell Anderson had a 5 foot by 6 foot deep hole dug in his backyard. And then we look at the rapidity, how quickly this turned from a murder to dismemberment like overnight. That's not something that just happens on a whim, in my personal opinion. That's something that was planned out and is just grotesque in terms of what we're learning.
There's so much in this guy's criminal history. Of course, he is presumed innocent until proven guilty in the current case. I'm looking at a photo of him holding onto a strap in a bus. Apparently, the Milwaukee Transit captured the face of the subject boarding and remaining on a bus. The booking photo seems to be the same guy wearing the exact clothing depicted on the subject, who fled the scene of the car arson, including.
So he set her car on fire. Y'all, I don't see this young girl seen in him. Honestly, I don't know why a young, beautiful 19-year-old girl would see in this guy. He's 33 years old and he looks very creepy. He's pale. He just don't look good. I don't know. Maybe she caught the creeps from him when she went out. Maybe he spiked her drink. I don't know, but he set her car on fire. I don't know if they found anything or not. Oh, thank you, Mitzi. Thank you for getting a membership. Woo-hoo. Let's see who got the membership, y'all. Barbara Hall got the membership. Woo! Thank you, Mitzi. God bless you. Congratulations, Barbara Hall. Because he had money, you think, Miss V? Thank you, Mickey. God bless you. Thank you for gifting a membership. God bless you all. It's sad, y'all. Sad. Look at him. He's creepy looking.
Including a large tan backpack with tan stripes. Also feeding it. There's the shot, Alexis, that we got from the affidavit, which is very lengthy, that goes to corroborate the gas cans found in his home. He is the guy, according to police, that burned Sade's car that she worked so hard to buy, all on her own, holding down
And there was
2
an
jobs
eyewitness for
while
that.
going to college. Go ahead, please.
There was an eyewitness to the burning of the car.
I believe he unalived her in that car. I believe he unalived her in the car, and there was probably a lot of blood in that car, and that's why he burned it. Hey, Catherine, what did she see in this disgusting creature? I know. He's brutal as can be. Oh, yeah. Maybe she rejected intimacy with him. It can trigger a psycho. Right. Especially a narcissist spoiled brat,
As Sade's mother said, this community did everything. When it happened, the eyewitness said they saw a man in a jacket with a backpack close the door of this Honda and flick a lighter into the car, and it burst into flames. And so the person started screaming, he did that, he did that, he did that. And he ran away. That person contacted the police to tell them about being the actual eyewitness to him burning it. This was absolutely the community being on their high alert and really helping out here.
A neighbor's security camera shows 2 figures entering Anderson's backyard at 9:24 p.m. At 12:47 a.m., a street camera shows Robinson's car departing Anderson's home. A camera at Cudahy High School shows a car drive toward the pump house at Warnemont Park at 2:53 a.m. A figure is seen walking from the road and climbing down the bluff to the beach several times. At 4:31 a.m., the car leaves the park. 3 hours later, bus surveillance catches a man carrying a tan backpack walking away from a fire at 30th and Lisbon. At 8:12 a.m., Anderson, carrying a tan backpack, is seen boarding a bus heading toward his home. Anderson gets off at 8:35 a.m. and enters his backyard 8 minutes later.
To Joseph Scott Morgan, professor of forensics, Jacksonville State. Joe Scott, what do you believe those tan backpacks are going to reveal? And how is the search of the backpacks? And I don't mean open the backpack.
He could have very well put some of her in those backpacks as well. But I believe the car had BLOOD evidence. How many has he done this to? According to her mom, there's been several girls that's been unalived in that area. So yeah, it's sad, you all. It's very sad.
I can take everything out. I mean, the forensic search of the
Me too.
backpacks. What is that search going to reveal?
They're going to take that thing apart piece by piece, Nancy. And I can tell you, down deep in those fibers, you're going to find DNA evidence. You'll be able to actually see perhaps body fluids. And I'm talking about blood, just with the unaided eye. That might actually appear as they are actually taking this thing apart and looking at it. And they need to. And they need to take a look at all of his clothing in that house. I got to join in unison. I got to join Ms. Scarborough in unison on this particular point, and you as well, Nancy. I think that this place should be locked down, and every square inch of it has to be examined. I mean, gone through with a fine-tooth comb, because I don't think this is his first rodeo. You do not get to this level of violence, and I'm talking about post-mortem violence here. It just instantaneously, it doesn't happen like this. This almost seems practiced in one level. You have to have the tools. You have to have the ability. Now, in that basement.
I agree. I bet if they dig up his backyard, they're going to find others. I believe this is not his first. I think he is a serial killer. Look, this isn't Milwaukee's first rodeo with a serial killer. One of the biggest, most famous, notorious serial killers of all was in Milwaukee, Jeffrey Dahmer. So this could be a repeat Jeffrey Dahmer here.
Down there, that's going to be a treasure trove of biological evidence. My curiosity is piqued in the sense is, do we have any kind of layering of evidence there? Are there any other biological samples down there that are not necessarily belonging to those of Sade? Have any other potential victims been down there at any potential time? I think that that's very important here.
Can I throw a scenario, jumping off what Joe Scott Morgan is saying to Eric Faddis? Everybody jump in, please. We need all of your brain power. Eric Faddis, think about it. You just told us that in the alleged perp's backyard, there was a grave dug. I mean, a full-on grave, 5 feet, I believe you said.
Recordings just got better.
I wonder who the grave.
Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard.
I wonder who the grave was for. Was it for Sade? Or was it for somebody else? That's the question.
Does this. You have murdered a teen girl and you dig a grave in the backyard, and then you think, oh, wait, you know what? Never mind. I'll just go through a very lengthy dismemberment, and then I'll scatter this little girl's remains all across Milwaukee, and hey, nobody will piece it together. Well, he was wrong. My point is, Eric Faddis, was that grave for somebody else? What else is in that backyard or in his childhood home backyard? I mean, what has this guy been up to?
Yeah, I mean, that's the alarming prospect here is for whom was he digging this 5 foot by 6 foot grave in his own backyard? His friends were talked to, and a lot of them said that he had.
Have you all seen the TikTok that's been going around of the 7-year-old boy, the 10-year-old boy that admitted to going into a trailer in a camping area and shooting a man at 7 years old, cold-bloodedly going in and shooting the man in the head? The little boy was threatening to unalive kids at school, and they called the police, and he bragged about, because the unaliving of the man was deemed unsolved. They didn't have any evidence because they didn't catch anybody coming in and out of the area. And the little boy broke down and told the police that when he was 7 years old, he got his grandfather's gun out of the back of his truck Hey, Misty Ray, went into this man's house just because he saw the man out one day and he was friendly. And while the man was asleep, walked into his trailer. Hey, Christy Kits, and put the gun to this man's head and unalived this man cold-heartedly. Then started to walk out the door and shot the couch one more time. Went and put the gun back up and got away with it. And nobody knew what happened to this man. And it was a 7-year-old boy. And when they asked this boy why, he said, I don't know. And when they asked him, was he mad at him? He said, no. He had no reason for going and killing this man other than just being a cold-hearted, I don't even know how to explain it, but because he was under the age of 10 years old, they couldn't charge him with the unaliving. So I'm not sure what kind of charges he is going to get, but they better not put him back out on the streets. If I might have saved that after a while, I'll try to find that and show you all. But he brutally unalived this man for no reason at 7 years old. People are getting worse. The world is getting eviler. I mean, when a 7-year-old child walks into a trailer of somebody they don't even know and shoots them in the head while they're asleep, how did he come in possession of the weapon? It was his grandfather's handgun, Ronald. Yeah, I'll try to bring up the story and let you all see it before I end this live stream. We'll continue on here with the
had a creepy, weird vibe. He had erratic behavior. He may have had an alcohol issue. And then we look at, there are gas canisters found in his home. This quickly turns from date to homicide to dismemberment to scattering human remains all across Milwaukee. It's just not something that happens on spur of the moment, Nancy.
To Dr. John Delatorre joining us, renowned psychologist and mediator. Dr. Delatorre, I don't get it. A guy that's born with a silver spoon in his mouth, sent to a fancy Catholic school, football star in high school. You know those people that their glory days were when they were in the 9th grade? That's him. Then his dad gives him a job,
I believe
through
it.
nepotism, within the insurance company, the insurance brokerage company that the dad owns. That didn't last long. Then he wanders around and ends up bartending after several, let me say, brushes with the law. I agree with Ms. Scarborough. That whole place, his whole house, needs to be taken apart the way Rex Heuermann's home was, the Long Island serial killer suspect.
I will, Debbie.
And searched, because I'm not completely convinced that that grave he dug in the backyard was meant for this teen girl, this beautiful teen girl, Sade Roberson. So what else will we learn? So my question to you, Dr. Delatorre, is how do you go from a silver spoon in your mouth to 3 hots in a cot and an orange jumpsuit?
It takes a long time. Again, this isn't someone, people don't just snap, right? That's a complete misnomer. People don't snap. This is years of him building up to get to this point. Now, he's explored other ways in which he's going to be engaging in violent acts, whether it's using alcohol or whether it's domestic violence, intimate partner violence, right? But it's not just this house. It's any place where the family used to live or property that the family would own, anything that he had access to. This is someone who wants to be comfortable when he's engaging in these violent acts. Using the properties that he already knows provides that sense of comfort. And then he likes to flash it. As we see, this isn't just disposing of body parts. He's putting it out in places for people to see, for people to get scared. This is someone who wants to be known for engaging in these kinds of violent acts.
Ms. Scarborough, you haven't even been able to have a funeral yet. Why?
Pros knows that your hair is unique to you. I've got curly hair.
Found her. They've not found all of her.
Nancy, this is probably the hardest part that we're struggling with right now. Trying to find peace, laying my daughter to rest, get solace. Just give her her transition that she deserves because she was taken too soon. My baby was she didn't even make 20. She was 20 in a few weeks on May the 10th, Nancy. They can't even provide us with a death certificate right now. The fuck, they don't even know the cause of my daughter's death. They don't know when. Like, they not giving me enough information, Nancy. This is so frustrating. There is no closure right now for me and my family, and everybody have to plan things. but I will be having a community gathering this Friday, and I will be letting the community know what time and the place and event it will be at in Milwaukee. Just to we'll have a candlelight balloon release. I cannot even plan a memorial for my daughter right now. Like you cannot even proceed.
Everyone, also, I want everybody to know that there will be a fundraiser for Sade's funeral. Go to Justice for Sade, and that is spelled SADE, like you would say Sade, like sage. It's pronounced Sade. Justice for Sade, our fallen angel.
Sade.
Miss Scarborough, before we sign off, I just want you to know how much we are praying for you and thinking about you and your whole family. And we will not rest until her killer gets the maximum sentence in that jurisdiction, which is life without parole.
Nancy, thank you.
God, please be
Thank
with
you.
Sade's family.
This is Sade.
Not charged him with murder.
These are her earrings that came in the mail yesterday, Nancy. I don't know if you can see them. I had to go to my baby's place for the first time, and these came for her. These are her earrings, and I have her earrings on. These are my baby's earrings. Like this is so traumatic.
You know what's so funny? Look what I've got. My dad's shirt. My dad that passed away. I don't know why. I just feel better having it with me, like your earrings. Guys, let's just stop for one moment and remember an American hero, police officer Michael Jensen, just 29 years old. Jensen shot in the line of duty, Syracuse, New York, leaving behind his loving parents and sweet sister. American hero, police officer Michael Jensen. I want to thank all of our guests for being with us, specifically Sade's mother, Miss Scarborough, who suffered greatly to get Sade's story out, and to all our other guests, but especially to you for being with us tonight and every night. Nancy Grace signing off. I'll see you tomorrow night, 6 and 9 o'clock sharp Eastern. And until then, good night, friend.
That is very, very sad, y'all. That mom is going through a lot. I want to pull up some more about Sade. People on the talk is calling it. Hang on just a second. Here's another. I'm going to pull this up. Daughter and mom are both beautiful. Yes. Or Sade. So Nancy was pronouncing it right. I don't know how much I can put. I have to stop this a little bit so I don't get a copyright on this.
Set her car on fire and dismembered her body and put her all around Milwaukee County. He was 33.
He was 33 and she was 19 years old, you all.
And she was only 19. They officially confirmed the leg found by the golf course to be hers. This monster deserves everything he got coming and more. Please.
So that's him walking. There she is. She's beautiful. She didn't have to settle for somebody like him.
Say her name.
Sade Roberson.
Sade Roberson. Sad, y'all. I hate that. A life gone too soon to a monster. The singer was pronounced Sade. Sade. Ronald said, we must do more to get our men and women across America, but especially in New York, to support the need in order to effectively be able to do their jobs. Did any of you all witness, and I probably can't talk about it. I shouldn't be talking about this because they're not allowed to talk about that it on social media. But hang on. These pizza. Oh, I thought I shared that, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I shared it with Christine. I forgot what I was getting ready to say. She was beautiful and he was ugly. Yes, he wasn't very pretty at all. He wasn't a handsome man at all. But maybe he was charming. Maybe he knew how to talk to women. I don't know. But I hope, let me see if I sent that to Christine, because sometimes I'll send stuff that I want sent to on here to Christine? No. That was okay. I sent that last one about Gypsy Rose. I went down that rabbit hole with Gypsy Rose, y'all. So let's see what else we can find on her, because there is a lot of people that's not. I thought I saved that about the boy. This is her house here, y'all. I'm gonna pull it up. This is Sade's house. New York. That's what it was. I was getting ready to tell you. There was a man who set himself on FIRE today at the TRUMP hearing. Did you all hear about that? The man that set himself on FIRE today. And I guess it was in New York where he was having the hearing. I can't talk about it on here, but it's all over the talk. So this is Sade's house. This is the home she lived in, I think. Or is this the house? Is this the house where she was unalive? You saw it, Diamonds? This might have been the house where it looks like the house that she was unalive in. Hey, Diamonds, check out my new emoji. Check out my new emoji, Diamonds. Okay, let's see. There's him. That's her. Let's see. There she is on the talk. She's a hot little mama. What they're doing to Trump is horrible. I know. She could sure do better than that guy. Let's see. Is there anything else? So this looks like the actual house that he unalived her in. They got Justice. And that. You see it, Diamonds? I took that a while ago when I was talking to her. So let's see what else we can find out about Sade. Beautiful, beautiful girl. We watched Nancy Grace. Let's see what she has to say about it.
Hey y'all, I'm back. So this is a story that I have been wanting to talk about, and I've been busy, but I couldn't talk about it. But Sade Robinson. Now, Sade was a 19-year-old girl. She was on a dating app, trying to meet somebody, just trying to have a good time, maybe meet a boyfriend, maybe meet the love of her life. But she met a man, a monster, named Maxwell Anderson, who was 33. He should have already not been talking to her, but we're going to not say that. So she set up a date with him to meet at a local seafood restaurant. And they met up around 5:30. And according to reports, by 7:30, Sade was already unalive. And not only was she unalive, her car was burnt up. She was dismembered. Her body parts were found over multiple locations. I mean, you can't even just go out on a date now. Like, it's wild. She met him, and within 2 hours, she was no longer living. She had her whole life ahead of her, and that scumbag of a man decided that she shouldn't be alive anymore. I know everybody's seen it. Let's talk about it. Hey, y'all. I'm back. So this is a story that I have been wanting to talk about, and I've been busy, but I couldn't talk about it. But
on the
Sade Robinson. Now, Sade.
There's a lot of people on the TikTok that has been talking about this, but it's not really been very popular on the YouTube streets. And so that's what I kind of wanted it to be. I wanted to put her face out here. And I do believe that there is more to the story than just that, because chow mein noodles. Jinkies is a chow mein noodle. But there's more to the story than just that. Her mother said on Nancy Grace that she thinks that other girls in that county has fallen victim, that this is not the first time that this has happened in that area. Let's play this. Okay, so trigger warning, y'all, because we're going to play this. This is CBS. So here we go.
The new video. Prosecutors say that's Sade Robinson's car. The home security video shows the car heading south down the alley that leads away from Maxwell Anderson's garage. The video is timestamped at 12:47 a.m. in the early morning hours of April 2nd, roughly 3 hours after Anderson and Robinson arrived at his home. In the video, the car turns west. From there, investigators say Anderson went to Warnemont Park and locations in Milwaukee to dispose of her body parts.
And they still have not found every bit of her, y'all. They still have not found every bit of her, but this is the first time that I'm seeing the actual video. Let's go back to that video of her leaving with him. Hang on just a second. So you can see him leaving in this video.
Here's the new video. Prosecutors say that's Sade Robinson's car. The home security video.
Y'all see that?
Shows the car heading south down the alley that leads away from Maxwell Anderson's garage. The video is timestamped at 12:47 a.m. in the early morning hours of April 2nd, roughly.
This is what I think. I think that he took her there. He unalived her. He was going to bury her in the backyard, got scared because she went on a date with him, and there's proof that she went on a date with him. And the mom had a 360 as well on her, and he took her off to try to get rid of her. But I do believe that he got caught.
3 hours after Anderson and Robinson arrived at his home. In the video, the car turns west. From there, investigators say Anderson went to Warnemont Park and locations in Milwaukee to dispose of her body parts. According to cell phone data and more surveillance video, they believe Anderson killed Robinson sometime between arriving at his house and leaving Warnemont Park. More body parts were found early Thursday morning when someone walking along a beach in South Milwaukee discovered Robinson's torso and arm had washed ashore. Angela Buchanan lives nearby.
I mean, I can't imagine what Sade's family is going through. Nobody will ever.
Torso? I thought they found the leg. They're saying they found the torso. So did they find the leg, the torso, and the arm? I thought they said they found the leg and the arm. Wow. So this was her first date with him. Yes, she had drinks with him at the place where they eat, and evidently went back. He drove her in his car to his house, and I think that's where he leg at the golf course. So they found the torso, the leg, and the arm. Wow, this monster is crazy. Nothing is safe anymore. It's so sad. She was so beautiful. She was. Yeah, thank goodness they did catch him. But that mom, I can imagine how she feels still. I'd want to get a hold of him if I was her.
Be able to understand that. You can't ever relate to that. But just knowing that this happened so close to home is such a hard thing.
The torso and arm were found several miles south of where Robinson's leg was first found on the beach near Warnemont Park. Memorial flowers were left at the gate Anderson crashed through the night of the murder.
They did find the torso, the arms. They did find the torso, the arm, and the leg. They just haven't found the rest of her yet.
Sade's name had been spray painted in the sand by supporters, but more body parts are still missing.
I do hope that they're able to find the rest of her remains just so that the family can have a proper burial for her and they can have some closure.
Also Thursday, Anderson's family broke its silence. Through his son's defense attorney, his father, Stephen, issued a statement on behalf of the family. It said in part, quote, "I would like to express our deepest sympathy and heartfelt condolences to the family and loved ones of Sade Robinson. We are shocked and devastated by her senseless death." That statement did not mention Maxwell Anderson or the charges he faces.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He better not try to get his son out of this. They better not try to get him out of it. She is black. That's why the story isn't getting the publicity that a blue-eyed blonde hair does. Makes me sick. I do think you're right, Mitzi. That's why I'm covering her, because it's not right that they do that, but it's that's the case. And you heard her mom say, Sade's mom say, that it's not just her. Several women have turned up like this at the beginning of Nancy Grace's thing, which makes me believe, is this guy a serial unaliver? They already got him a lawyer, Kathleen said. Wow. Sade is pronounced Sade. Sade. It's either Sade or Sade, but Nancy Grace said Sade, so I think you're right. It is Sade. But hopefully, this guy will not get out of it. Indigenous race is the same. No publicity. I agree. I don't get it. Hey, Miggy, how are you? I don't get it at all. At all. Are they missing in the area? They are, according to the mom. They're missing in the area. According to the mom. And this just happened on Easter, you guys. The mom said the last time she saw her was on Easter. So it was like a couple days after Easter.
The sheriff's office says the search for evidence is ongoing. Even before the arm and torso were found today, they had contracted a sonar boat to search the lake. That boat will head out tomorrow. Also tomorrow evening, Robinson's family will hold a public vigil for Sade. It'll be at Kilbourne Reservoir Park starting at 6 p.m.
Oh, sad, y'all. This is devastating. It's devastating. And not only that, this sucker's been out on the loose. I mean, to brutally unalive someone like that, and I don't think they know exactly what all had done. This must be the vigil. This is the mom at the vigil. Hang on. We'll pull it up too, y'all. Can, what's up, Can? What's up, Can? Here we go.
So much to Sade Roberson, my daughter, and myself, my family. It means so much to you all, the community. And dear brothers, this is very hard for me to be present at locations, doing news articles, interviews, being in the community. I'm still grieving tremendously. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with in my entire life. I just respectfully know from the bottom of my heart. Can somebody help me home? Yeah. Somebody from the bottom of my heart is from Sade's heart. We respectfully appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here with us. And being present with us. I don't know how to live every day. I don't know how to live. My baby is everything to me. My daughter Sade was everything, and everybody is doing her. And we are celebrating you, Sade, Carlina Robinson, and the angel that you are, and that you are, and that you will continue to be. You will continue to be the voice, not only yourself, but all of the black and brown girls that continue to keep on missing and held unaccountable for. God, I send my angel. God, I send my angel to speak to the universe, to speak to the world, and help all these. He had to take my daughter. He had to take my daughter to speak for the rest of the girls. It's not fair. I'm hurting. I'm in turmoil. It's very hard. It's challenging daily. I'm asking for all of the community to continue to keep supporting us and funding. I need to let my baby to peace.
It's hard for Sade to rest in peace when we literally are still searching for her remains. Please continue to send your prayers to the family. I'm here to support my really close friend, Sheena. I am Dr. Erica Brown. I started the GoFundMe because I knew this was going to be extremely difficult for my friend and her family to navigate. Please continue to support this family. We've actually been in the process of founding Sade's Voice, which is going to be a nonprofit that continues to support families of missing Black women and children. So
Let's
you all
go.
don't have to continue to
Let's
see this
go.
happen. Sade is not the only victim.
Let's go.
Not just of this individual, but many individuals who know that Black and brown girls can go missing and no one bats an eye. We may talk about it for 1 or 2 weeks, but so many of us come up missing and are never heard from again. That stops today. Justice for Sade Roberson. Say her name.
Sade Roberson.
We are tired. We are sick. This is not okay. Stand with us. Those of you who are here to support Sheena and her family, thank you. She may not be strong enough to say it, but she appreciates everything that you all have done. All of the prayers, everyone who donated to the GoFundMe, everyone who has asked and just called to see how the family is doing. Whether you can donate financially or not, everything that you all have done, we appreciate it. Sade Roberson's voice will not go unheard. No. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Say her name.
Sade Robinson.
Say her name.
Sade Robinson. Justice for Sade.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
Man. You did a great job. You did an excellent job.
It is true, though, y'all.
I'm Sade's uncle. As she would call me, is Uncle Dede. And this is real tough. When she was younger, she used to call herself Little Dede because she wanted to be like me a lot, you know. And I used to always take her everywhere like she was my daughter because we look so much alike. But this is very, very tough for me and my family. And it's going to be tremendously hard to move on living without her being here, especially the way she got taken from us. And I just want to thank the community for the support y'all gave my family and giving us the will to keep on living and moving on. We need it, and we're going to continue needing it. You know, and like Erica said, we can't have this happening no more to black girls, young girls.
Family.
Yeah. But I just want to thank y'all for coming, and we appreciate it. And we're going to get justice for Sade.
Yes.
Justice for Sade.
Justice for Sade.
Justice for Sade.
Justice for Sade.
Hi, everyone. I just want to have a word of prayer. I'm a minister, and we're going to come together because, you know, there's power in numbers. And when we come together, God heeds our prayers. And right now, Sade's blood is crying out in this land.
I do want to say, I think she met him online. And when that woman just said his blood cried out in the Bible, it talks about, remember when Cain unalived Abel, and Cain tried to run from God, and God said, "What did you do? What did you do, Cain? Your brother's blood cries out to me in from the ground." And I do believe that that is still true to this day. And I do believe that justice will come one way or the other. I mean, look what O.J. Simpson. I mean, look what happened to him. You know, he unalived his wife, and then he did a book about it years later, saying that what if I did do it? Like admitting it, but not really admitting it. But look, he just passed away. So justice will come because, like I said, a dating app, Peppermint Patty, thank you. But Sade's blood will cry out to God from the ground, and because the blood is so sacred to God. He tells us to drain the blood from the animal before we eat it because the blood is what gives us life. So justice is coming one way or the other. But I don't think Sade is the only victim of this guy. I think there is other victims out there, just like what they said. I'm curious to see who else they find out he has unalived. I think they should take cadaver dogs in the back of that yard, in that house, and in his parents' house, like you said, and check out and see exactly who this man has unalived because, um, yeah, I don't know why cases like this don't get attention, but it's absolutely true. Um, I covered another young black man's, what was his name? Case where he was found in a river, kind of like Riley Strain, and his kind of got a little bit of attention, but not near as what Riley Strain's got. And he was a doctor student and everything. What was his name? Janelle, freak. I'll have to go back and look, but I did a live stream on him, and his mom's still trying to get justice for him. And his organs were missing when they found him. He was a young, athletic African American man, and he was a doctor student. He was getting ready to graduate and be a doctor and everything. He left the school that morning and disappeared. And 2 weeks later, they found his remains in the river. They did a autopsy on him. The family was not satisfied with it. So, they went back and did another one, like Riley's family did. Jelani Day, thank you. Tree, you know me, don't you? Jelani Day, yes. Young, athletic, young guy. Hang on just a second, y'all. Hang on.
And we pray that the remains will be found before the end of the week or the end of the month. That we're going to get, not only that, we will get full justice for our baby. I'm a single mom of 2 daughters, so I can relate. And my heart goes out to this family. My heart screams for this family. It cries out. So let's have a word of prayer. Let's bring God in the midst. Amen. We got prayer warriors out here. Let's touch and agree in Jesus' name. Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, we come together in the power of numbers, God. We come hand in hand, heart to heart, and breast to breast. Father, we ask, oh God, that you reign now in this place, oh God. We stand now for this family, oh God, who is grieving, oh Father, who have lost a loved one, oh God, someone near and dear to their hearts, oh God. Father, we know, oh Lord, that you are with this family, that your mercy and grace is with them, and you're comforting them, God, as your word says. Blessed is he who mourns, for they shall be comforted, oh God. We pray for the comfort of God to come down upon this family now and
Amen. But yeah, as I was talking about Jelani Day, they Jelani Day, they actually found his, hang on. Sorry guys, I had a phone call. They actually found his remains the mother did another autopsy. He was missing his organs. They claimed with the first autopsy that they took them out or they dissolved. I think there was two different stories, but it's not the first African American young uh, athletic man that has been unalived um, very mysteriously without their organs. There was another one that he was a model. I forget what his name is, but they found him in the desert without his organs. So, yeah, but none of it gets as popular. I do agree. These cases need to be addressed as well.
The days ahead, but you will
A little bit, y'all, because it's really
Share the GoFundMe.
There we go.
end your day touching and agreeing concerning the same thing. God, you said you're in the midst. Not only
Let's see here.
Shay.
To say.
Won't have to look for it. I'll add it to the description and the title, and then the information for the foundation that they are creating in her name. So,
Right. This case is very
Everything she had by herself, and she still gave to everybody else more than anybody I know. Even people she didn't know on the street, she would give them money. All the leftover pizza from work, she would give to the homeless people outside. All her family, she gave more than anybody else, and nobody ever treated her as special as she treated everybody else. But that never changed her. People, she went through a lot even before she died, and she never let it go break her. She was the strongest person I know, and the kindest person I know, and the most beautiful person I know. And she never deserved this.
That's Sade's sister, Adriana.
Good job.
That's her sister.
Right here.
That is heartbreaking, y'all. That is heartbreaking. I know, me too, always late. That it's just I want to know, is this man going to get charges? So much trauma happening. Yeah. That rich daddy should pay for her funeral and anything else. I agree, Rhonda Lynn. Instead of paying for his son, a big lawyer, that's probably why he done it. Did you see that case where, and I hate to bring this up, y'all, but do you remember the case where the guy was on Flocka and he ate this homeless, literally they caught him eating this homeless man's face. And I think his family was rich and his family was trying to get him out of it or something like that. Do y'all remember that? Money can do a lot. And for him to unalive this woman and disrespect her body like they did, it makes me cry to think what that poor girl went through. I know. There was a similar case, something like that happened in the Bible where they had took this Israelite girl and essayed her and then dismembered her all throughout different parts of Israel. And they came back and they I don't know if it was God that instructed them to unalive all of them, but I know they did unalive them. Good night, Rain girl. Good night, honey. So sad this little girl in the pic had to learn about her relative this way. I know, it's sad. But y'all, this case has not been getting a whole lot of attention, and I think it deserves a lot of attention. And so it's very sad, y'all. It's very sad. And I wanted to come on tonight and talk about her and bring life to her while everybody else is fighting over Sebastian Rogers' case. And I mean, it's absolutely getting ridiculous, you guys, at the things that they're doing on the Sebastian Rogers case. My opinion, I don't believe any of the parents are guilty in Sebastian's case. I think Sebastian walked off and became a victim of somebody. But I just think that Sebastian's case is getting as worse as Summer's case, in my opinion. But I don't want to intertwine cases. So with that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this live. I might come back later and just do a chit chat and just talk about everything if you want to. I am glad he's behind bars, but I do hope that he tells them where the other remains of this young girl is and gives the family some closure that they need and they deserve. And if you all have a social media site, please share this on your social media site, because we need to get the word out here and get some justice for this child so that it will not be swept under the rug and him get away with it because he has family members that has got money. And so we definitely need to get justice for this young, beautiful girl that had so much life ahead of her. But I will come back later on and do a chit chat, just a chit chat with all of us just talking, just to get our minds off this horrible stuff, you guys, that goes on. It's too much for me sometimes. That's why I kind of put out animal videos and stuff like that, because all this right here can be too much for our minds and it's not good for our mental health. So with that being said, I want to say, please pray for Sade's family and pray that they get some justice. God put comfort, peace on their hearts and be with the family and let them find the rest of her so she can be laid to rest. Lord, I hope she's with you. And God, please let justice come to her. With that being said, you guys, I love you all. I'll see you after a while. Hey, Brown Bear, I will be back. I don't want to intertwine any other chit chat with this case. I want to specifically have this case and this case on this live stream just to be about her. Please pray for her. I will be back. God bless you all. Good night, you all, or good evening, and God bless you all until I come back. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly, and I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. off the lights. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly.